Greetings, baseball family. Welcome to our Thursday night live. I'm Brig. I'm on vacation. Very excited to be here. I got Mr. Brad with me. Brad's not on vacation. How are you, Brad?
I'm doing well despite not being on vacation. How has your vacation been, Brig, besides the travel fiasco?
So we got caught in the Delta, Microsoft issue. That was interesting. But since then, it has been incredible.
Good to hear.
Yeah, we are having a riot. It is what you might call bangarang, as we say.
Or a hoot, as they say as well.
A hoot. And I got the nanny going on downstairs. Hoot nanny. Because the whole fam-damly's here, and it's awesome.
Love it. So, Brig, I got to tell you.
Yeah, tell me.
Despite the fact that I'm not on vacation, I did get to do something fun that I've been wanting to do for a couple months. Okay, you ready for this?
I'm ready.
I got to watch professional baseball for free this week.
On MLB TV?
In person.
What?
In person.
What? Send it.
Let me tell you how. Let me tell you what happened. So the Arizona Complex League, right? Been going on for a couple months now. And it's the new rookie league. They got rid of the rookie level. Now the complex leagues, they're the rookie level. They just play at the backfields break, and it's open to the public, and it's free. So Wilson and I, we popped on out to surprise because the Mariners were playing the Rangers out there. And I had no idea how to get. So initially, I thought they were playing at the stadium because they're playing in surprise. Like, okay, cool. Because when we drive by Peoria at night, the lights are on.
Right.
So just made an assumption. Well, something happened that typically happens when you make an assumption. So I had to hop on the Google machine real quick. Found out where to park, where to get, and everything. So we walked in. And Brig, we got there about 20 minutes before first pitch. We were legitimately the second and third people there. There was a scout sitting on the bleachers, and then us.
No way.
Other, operations people, there was a grounds crew guy hanging out on his golf cart, a couple other people and stuff around. But it was him and then us. And I was like, we maybe didn't need to get here 20 minutes before the first pitch. Because Brig, we were there before the Mariners bus pulled up, even. The Mariners bus pulled up 10 minutes before the game started.
Wow.
Yeah, and so this is the reason I've been wanting to go, because the Mariners a couple years ago, they signed the number 2 overall international prospect, Felton Celestin.
Right.
Shortstop, supposed to be the next big thing, right? And even Julio during spring training last year was just dude, he's good. He's good.
The real deal. He's a legit pickle.
He's a legit pickle. So we're sitting there, Wilson and I, and the game operations guy has the scorecard or the lineup card all entered and everything. So he comes over and he's like, "Hey, do you want this?" And Wilson's like, "Yeah." So
yeah,
we got the lineup, the Mariners. We got the Mariners lineup card. We're gonna hold on to it. We're gonna head over to spring training next year over to the minor league camp and see who we can track down and get to sign it, because that'll be super cool. And then
that'll be cool.
Celestin was the leadoff batter of the game. He hit a foul ball straight back, and there's nobody there. He's legitimately the only kid there. And I was like, "Hey, that ball is over by that dugout over there if you want to go grab it." So he went and grabbed it, holding on to it for him so we can keep it separate. Again, we're going to try to track down Celestin during spring training next year so we can get him to sign it.
That's awesome.
And add it to, it'll be a fine addition to Wilson's collection.
Yeah, no doubt. That kid's rolling in merch. Memorabilia, I should say.
He is rolling in memorabilia. He doesn't hardly understands it too, but it's
right.
I will say this, Brig, that the experience of collecting the autographs has grown his love of the game of baseball over the years that he's done it.
Oh, I'll bet that's true.
Getting to meet Julio and having him sign a ball has changed him forever so far about his opinion of baseball. He's just Julio was so cool. It's that's awesome.
I love that.
Yeah. So that's what we did this week. It was pretty awesome.
Very cool.
We only lasted
very
2
cool
because it was 115 degrees. So.
Yeah. Well, I'm not far from where you are, and it is legitimately hot.
Yeah.
It's hotter than it was back home. But it's dry, and you can escape into the shade. At home, you can't. It follows you.
You can escape into the shade in southern Utah?
Yeah, a little bit.
Because, man, you can't escape in the shade around here, I don't feel like.
Listen, maybe it's
Like
maybe it's just because at home when it's humid, you really cannot. Here,
right,
it's just
yeah.
enough of a difference to
You're in
think.
hot water in South Carolina. That's how it feels.
Yeah, it's bathwater. You walk around in bathwater. 100%. 100%. Okay, we're going to play a mini game really quick. A couple of hot shot trivia questions. And then we are going to get into our lineup, which if you're watching on YouTube, you can see on the right-hand side of the screen. Baseball Family, for those of you not watching on YouTube, that is the best place to find us. We post content every single day. We have really long videos, we have really short videos, and we have everything in between. So jump on there, hit like, hit subscribe, and honestly, that helps us more than you'll ever know. It's a big deal. We have a goal to hit 1,000 subscribers before the end of the season. So jump on there, hit like and subscribe, or hit subscribe, like the video, and then tell your friends because we want them in our baseball family as well. All right, Brad, you ready for the minigame?
I'm so ready.
All right, question 1. When was the first MLB game played? First professional baseball game.
First, I know. Oh man, if you'd asked me this like 6 months ago, I could have told you spot on. I want to say it's like it was in like April or something like that in like 1863 or something like that. I can't remember exactly.
Ooh, close. May 4th, 1871.
Not as close as I would have liked to have been.
That's very, very close.
But I really anyway, go ahead.
Which team holds the highest all-time win-loss percentage in Major League Baseball history?
The highest winning percentage?
Yep.
Ooh. I want to say the Yankees, but I don't think that's true.
Correct. It is the Yankees.
It is the Yankees? Okay.
Yep, it is the Yankees. And as of this posting, they're at 569. Who was the only player in Major League Baseball history to hit 40 home runs and collect 70 stolen bases in one regular season?
Ronald Acuna Jr.
I'll bet you can't get that. I'm going back and forth. 2 more. In what year were the Athletics founded? And what were they before the Oakland Athletics?
They were the Philadelphia Athletics in 1902.
Oh, 1901. I'm so proud of you.
Man.
Oh, my God. That was fabulously close to the line. Last question for you, baseball family. If Brad gets this, we're all going to be super excited. What is the name of the ballpark where the Dodgers played before they moved to Los Angeles?
Why did they play at Ebbets Field?
They did. Oh, yeah, they sure did.
I was drawing a complete blank. The only thing I could think of was the Polo Grounds. Like, I know that's not right.
It's not right. Yeah, exactly. Although, bravo for pulling the Polo Grounds up in your mental catalog right away. That was fabulous as well. But you nailed it. Way to go, Brad. Brad got something out of whatever, 5 questions or whatever. You got a bunch of them, and I'm very proud of you. So,
Thank you.
baseball family, thanks for joining us for our mini game with meaningless trivia. Well, the trivia is awesome, but the points are meaningless. And you can follow along on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We're posting stuff on Threads now, but probably not these reels. You know what I'm saying. Anyway, you can find us there as well. Okay? All right. Let's get into it. Public service announcement. For those of you who did not know and aren't tracking it, today, Dylan Cease tossed a no-hitter against the Washington Nationals. He pitched for the San Diego Padres, obviously. This is the Padres' second no-hitter in their entire franchise history. The first was Joe Musgrove in 2021. So congratulations to Dylan Cease. And a little clap for all the Padres fans that need this. This is, to me, not only is this exciting because it's a no-no, it's exciting because this Padres team has found a way to pull it together and turn it around, and they deserve it, and that is fabulous.
Mm-hmm.
It's very exciting. Okay, let's get into this. First of all, the Yankees. I forgot my sunglasses. I need to be Surly Brig tonight, but I left them somewhere. Where did I leave them? Oh, well, whatever. The Yankees are 11-22, Brad, since June 13th. Okay. Previously, they were 49-21 from April 1st or whatever to June 13th. That's like 10 weeks of stellar baseball. And now we're at 6 weeks of dumpster fire baseball. I think the White Sox are the only team in all of Major League Baseball who have a record worse in the same span of time.
Just barely. Because
exactly
the Mariners during that time are 13-20.
Holy crap. You should look up what the White Sox are since June 13th, because that's the low bar right there. So while Brad's doing that, go ahead, tell us.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, to me, the big thing is like getting swept by the Mets in the Subway Series, right? Like you can't get swept in that series.
No.
Not only because of who the Yankees are supposed to be, but also because it's the Mets.
Yeah. Who are
the White Sox are 9-30, 9-25 during that stretch.
You see what I mean, though? Like, it's just not that different from 11 and whatever, really 21, 22.
It's not.
That's bad. That's bad for business. That's bad for manager decision-making. That's bad for trade deadline. That's bad for job security. That's bad for the fans. Like, it's bad.
This is my big question, Brig. Like, what's been the problem? Like, because with the Mariners, you can pinpoint it. Like, the team can't hit.
Yeah.
Just is not hitting. Right?
Yeah.
Like, easy to figure out what the problem is. To fix it, a little more complicated. But the problem is hitting. What is the problem with the Yankees that has led to this horrendous 33-game stretch?
You ready for this? Starting pitching full of holes. The bullpen is a sieve, as you say. Like, it has decidedly become awful somehow. We do not have a closer that I can count on. That's a huge problem. The middle of the lineup, awful right now offensively. Legitimately awful offensively. We have two guys who go out there and consistently perform both at the plate and defensively. And that's Aaron Judge and Juan Soto. That's it. That's all we got.
Even Luis Severino said that in a group text. You have two good hitters.
Yep.
Right.
It's true. It's true. And even Garrett Cole, who's the ace, still not fully come back from his stuff. He gave up 6 runs in his start yesterday against the Mets, the second game of the Subway Series. He gave up 6 runs. And it was okay until it was not.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's still not okay to give up 6 runs in some odd innings, but nope, absolutely not. Here's the problem. The Yankees have like 5.5 days to get business taken care of. It's not enough time. There are too many things that have to happen. We need a quality arm to start. We need a new closer. We'd love some bullpen support. We've got to offload a bunch of dead weight, and we got to inspire 2 or 3 of the bats that exist, and we got to replace 2 of the bats that are awful. I think there's a huge hole at third base. I think DJ LeMahieu is pretty much done, or he no longer is it's not working in New York, and he'll go finish his career somewhere else. Big G, he's having an okay season. Can't stay healthy. Get him out of there, which they won't. They're somehow still in love with Giancarlo Stanton. It is an incredible problem for payroll, and it's going to be a huge issue if he continues to be hurt all the time. He's back on the 10-day right now, right? In case you didn't know. What's going on with JD Davis? I have no idea. Rizzo, don't know where he is. Is Ben Rice the solution at first base? I have no idea.
Isn't Rizzo still hurt from that arm fracture or whatever?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, we don't know where he is. Ben Rice is serviceable as a replacement, but he needs more experience at AAA seeing big pitching. And he's seeing some dirt come off the mound, some junk come off the mound, and it's messing him up. So we have huge problems there. Alex Verdugo's great in left field. He's fine. His bat is quiet. It's just silent right now. Since he hit that home run at Fenway, in his first game back to Fenway, nothing has worked since then for Alex Verdugo. I am genuinely concerned about Gleyber Torres. I don't think he's got what it takes to come back from it, from this slump. I think he needs to get traded. He's had a couple of good days, and I think that will help his trade value. They need to take advantage of it. Now, here's the question, though. So that's at the player level. They've got to do something on the field to adjust, whatever it is. Okay, each individual player's got to take care of themselves. The captain has to take care of the players in the clubhouse and their on-field performance. Then you've got the manager who's managing the entire clubhouse. Let's talk about Aaron Boone. Aaron Boone is being judged not just for win-loss percentages, but that's the most obvious statistic to pay attention to. Because what else are you going to judge him on? He needs to be getting the most out of the players that he can. I was listening to the Michael Kay show, and they made a great point. He is currently not getting the most out of the talent that he has. You call the talent whatever you want. He's not maximizing what they've got. He's not squeezing anything out of them. Move over to Boston. I hate to say it, but you look at Alex Cora. He is squeezing every ounce of talent that lineup has. Every single morsel.
Blood out of a rock with what he's doing.
Yes. It is insane. Are we getting that out of Aaron Boone? No, we are not. It is awful. Does the blame belong there? Part. Maybe more than part. But he's not getting it done at the manager level. He's just not. So the players are failing each other and themselves. The manager is failing his team and himself and the organization. Brian Cashman hasn't done anything to try and pull this team's roster into a better position that has worked in years now. We've had 3 or 4 years where they're hot at the beginning of the season and then they fall off in the middle, just like this. Then they have a hard time playing catch up if they even can. And it is disgusting. As a Yankees fan, I am disgusted. Now, you get to Hal Steinbrenner, who is clearly not holding feet to the fire the way he ought to. And now we have a systemic organizational problem. They keep trying to fix it with strength and conditioning, pitching, batting coaches, all that stuff, and it's just not working because those are not the places that you have to fix the problem.
Okay, so you currently, on Thursday night, the Yankees are 60-44. They're 2 games back of the Orioles is all, which is amazing given that stretch.
Amazing.
That we talked about.
Amazing.
Well, they're up 3.5 games in the wild card. Do you think it is fixable with, we'll get there in just a minute, with the current trade market of who and what's available, to maintain 3.5 games in the wild card or make up 2 games against the Orioles? Because the Orioles are not infallible.
No, they're not.
Right? The fact that the Yankees are only 2 games back of them with that stretch, they ought to be 15 games back.
Yes.
Or
they should be. They should be in third place, given what's going on.
Right.
They should be in at least third place.
Red Sox, right?
Yeah. The only reason the Red Sox are not in second place right now is because they had a rough start, and the Yankees had an incredible start. Flip those, but even balance them out.
All 3 of those teams in their last 10 games are 4-6.
Damn.
Orioles, Yankees, and Red Sox are all 4-6 in their last 10.
Here's the problem that I have. Juan Soto is going to walk at the end of the year if they don't go into the playoffs. He's just going to walk. The Yankees, if for no other, like, we want a world championship. We want one. All Yankees fans want one. It has been way too long since we've had a championship. And we are all just gnashing our teeth. But Juan Soto needs to be in pinstripes for the rest of his career, both for the fans, the clubhouse, whatever. Like the organization needs him, put butts in seats, win ball games for him, everything. If this team does not pull it together and he smells the dead fish under the bleachers that's going on, he's leaving. And I can't stomach it.
My last thing on this before we move on to Christian Yelich. Honestly, I think if the Yankees pony up the money, he's not going anywhere. He doesn't care.
I know. I agree with you.
He can figure out how to win anywhere, and he can do his thing. So I don't.
I want that.
Anywhere, honestly.
Okay, Christian Yelich is hurt. He needs to see a spine specialist. This is a huge problem. So he's put on the 10-day IL. Back inflammation is what they're calling it. I mean, he's going to be out a long time. If he's truly has to go see a spinal doctor, then he is going to be out longer. And that's what they're saying, that he needs to go see a specialist for his back. Mm-hmm. That is bad. That's bad. I take it from a guy who knows. I've had 2 back surgeries. Right. I promise. You got to go talk to one of those doctors. Something is wrong. They're calling it nerves. You get the nerves involved. Talk about not just, at that point, here's what goes through your mind at that point. Because I've done this. You think, and I was young. I was really, really young. How old is Christian Yelich? What is he, 33, 34?
I'll take a look real quick. Keep talking.
So I was 27 when I had my first back surgery, and they said the same things to me. They're like, okay, this is nerve-related, this is whatever. I was in the middle of my career. I was loving it, and it was a very physical career. I was in the military, and I was like, I can't.
32.
32. I was like, I can't live with this much pain anymore. It was just atrocious. And I was doing heavy physical activity and everything. And they were like, stop, go to the doctor. I went to the doctor. It's probably exactly what he's hearing or something very similar. I went to the doctor and they said, you've got nerve damage. You've got this, you've got that. When they started listing what the symptoms and then the recovery and the possible consequences of having nerve damage are, it freaked me out. I was like, okay, I don't care about my career as much anymore. I don't care about, suddenly it was the rest of my life that was more important. I wonder if something like that's going on with Christian Yelich. And that's the only reason I tell that story. Because we as fans were like, oh man, hope he can get back on the field. But come on, man, I promise you, what I hope for this guy is that he's not in pain for the rest of his life.
Right. Well, he even said, everybody plays through stuff, but sometimes you just can't. And I get that.
Good for him.
Absolutely. And there's a chance he could have to have season-ending back surgery.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I don't know that that's necessarily just season-ending, unfortunately.
Exactly.
Scary. Very scary.
Let's talk about the trade deadline. Okay, we got a few minutes left. The trade deadline is interesting to me because they're flying all over the place, these rumors. But sometimes it's been oddly quiet at different points. Everything we're getting is conflicting. Everybody is saying, no, we're not going to do that. The players are saying, no, don't trade me. Ryan McMahon came out and said, nah, I'd rather not, which is the politically correct answer, and we see that every year. But it doesn't always get brought on the back of, so, yeah, I want to stay here, which why anybody would say that in Colorado is mind-boggling. But I want to stay here. We're hearing from the players. Here's where this guy's going to go. We're hearing from the bleachers. And we don't want to trade any of our people is what we're hearing from front offices. And it's all wild. And we have 5.5 days left.
Did you hear this from Garrett Crochet today? So John Heyman said, this is a tweet or a post on X. He said, Garrett Crochet plan with White Sox is to pitch normal workload as starter until end of regular season. If traded, would need an extension to pitch in October. He won't move to the bullpen and will not take any break. Views starter routine as best for health. So my first thing is that's an awful lot of demands from a player who doesn't have a no trade clause in his contract because he's not even arbitration yet. And also what are you going to do? What are you going to do if they trade you and the Dodgers are like, we don't want to extend you.
We're not doing that. Yeah.
You're just going to not play and then it's costing you money to not play?
No way.
What are you going to do? Because then who's going to take you later? So there's that oddity, right? Because he's got he's got 3 years of service time, so he's got a couple more years till free agency. And and it sounds like that's what he wants. Is he wants his arbitration years bought out. And I'm like, all right, dude, whatever. You've had Tommy John. Like, I get it, but at the same time, no, not likely. But then, like you talked about, you've got the one that boggles my mind the most is the one with Vlad Guerrero Jr. and the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays have said, we're not trading him. We're not trading it. But every single day, it's like Morosi, Heyman, those guys are coming out like, well, the Mariners are talking to the Blue Jays about Vlad. It's like, I don't care. They're not moving him. So just drop it.
It seems as that they're not.
Right? Like, I don't know. I feel like if the right package came along, the Blue Jays would be willing to move him. And maybe it was just like DePoto talking, it was like, hey, you moving Vlad yet? No. Okay.
Right.
But
could be.
But that's the stuff that we get all the time over the last like 5 days. Like so-and-so has been inquired about. And then 5 minutes later, the team's not moving that player.
Right.
Okay. So this is the last thing because we got to get moving on to other stuff. What are these teams waiting for? Is it because there's a weak trade market? There's not a lot of bats, bunch of arms.
Not a lot.
Right?
Yeah.
Not a lot of bats on the trade market right now because the teams that have them are like, we're close, especially in the National League. Like Luis Robert and Jazz Chisholm Jr. like the only bats on the market right now.
Jonathan India gets talked about a lot.
Well. And I want him so bad in Seattle. Oh my goodness. I've been saying it, Greg. He would have been so much better than Jorge Polanco this year at second base.
We want him. But move Glaber out and bring Jonathan India in.
Dude. And he is having a killer year this year too.
I know.
But are these teams waiting for like the first domino to fall because they don't want to be the first team to flinch?
I mean, that's stupid. If that's what's happening, it's absurd.
Waiting for some team to get the guy you want rather than going.
Exactly.
Do they not? Are they worried about being the ones who set the market? I don't understand. It's so weird.
Do you remember this happened last year? We were like waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, and then snap, crackle, pop, it all happened and it was over. Is that the new trend we're going to see? I don't know, man. I don't know.
Maybe.
Because deals are getting talked about. There's no way that you snap, crackle, pop, wait to the deadline. That's just when we hear about it and it's made public. There's always some underhanded back channeling going on every time.
Well, and my thing is like with the Mariners, like to fix that offense, I think it takes two bats, one slugger, one guy to get on base. You can shuffle everybody else and make it work. I think that would solve a lot of problems. And then in those trades, you move guys who are addition by subtraction. So a lot of changes can be made getting two bats.
That's awesome.
Go get the two bats you need. Don't let somebody pull the rug from under you. Get the deal done. Got to get it done early. They traded for Luis Castillo like the beginning of July a couple years ago.
Yeah. Everyone was astonished that it happened so soon and that it worked out and that we're like, what?
It should. Get your guys you want so nobody else can take them from you. So you're not like, then when it comes down to it, you're like, oh, we couldn't make a deal because the market just wasn't right and we couldn't get the guy we wanted because they're asking too much. It's like, get it done early.
Right. Prove it. Yeah. Here's the other thing. Be on the lookout for managers start getting fired. That's happening. That's going to happen right away. As soon as the deadline's over, they're going to start announcing changes. I'm telling you, there's enough this year. Yep, there's enough this year that needs to change. And if honestly, if Boone doesn't go deep, if they don't go deep this year, he's out. There's no way they keep him. Okay, let's get into the TV broadcast schedule. Friday, MLB TV's free game of the day, Pittsburgh at Arizona, 9:40 p.m. Eastern. Apple TV Plus will show Texas at Toronto, 7:07 p.m. The Dodgers will be in Houston, 8:10 p.m. And then the Yankees play the Red Sox this whole weekend. It will be in Boston. And so if you're wanting to get a hold of those games, you can go to NESN or ESPN Plus to get them. 7:10 p.m. on Friday is Yankees Red Sox.
Saturday. No free games on Saturday, Brig? That's weird.
No.
FS1 has the Padres at the Orioles at 4:05 p.m. Fox has the Yankees at the Red Sox, of course, at 7:15. The other 7:15 game is the Mariners at the White Sox. We'll see. We'll see, Brig.
Yeah. We'll see. Man.
Your ESPN Plus game, I like that these games are on ESPN Plus. The Rockies at the Giants at 10:35 p.m. Eastern Time. The Rockies scored 20 runs yesterday, so they might put up some more on the Giants.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not
So
wrong.
the football score.
So, yeah. Same was the Subway Series was that way. Sunday, MLB TV's free game of the day. Atlanta will be in Queens playing the Mets. 1:40 p.m. Eastern. Roku's Wake Up in Baseball. Cincinnati will be at Tampa Bay at 11:35 a.m. ESPN Plus has the Dodgers at Houston 2:10 p.m. on Sunday, and then Yankees Red Sox 7 p.m. on ESPN Sunday night.
You know, there's three things you can count on in life: death, taxes, and the Yankees and Red Sox being on ESPN when they play.
Right, or
Every
Fox.
single time. Every time.
Exactly.
Every time it's
Yep.
Sunday Night Baseball. Okay,
That's
here
right.
are your series to watch, brought to you by Booking.com. If we were going to games this weekend, these are the games we would be going to, and we would use Booking.com to get there to book our flight, car, and hotel all in one place. You can too by hitting the link in the description to support the show while booking your trip and all of your travel with Booking.com. Booking.yeah. Brig, what series are you watching this weekend? Obviously, the
Yankees Red Sox. That's it.
That's it? That's the only
That's
one
all I
you?
have time for, so that's what I'll be prioritizing.
That's true. You're on vacation.
Although I will say that I am afeared. Okay.
Oh, I shouldn't be as afeared as I am about the Mariners going up against the White Sox this week, but I'm legitimately terrified. Mariners just got swept by the Angels, and I don't feel like they're that much worse or that much better than the White Sox. Scored 3 runs.
Yeah.
3 runs in 3 games.
Yeah.
Not each game, total. 1 run every game.
Right. Yeah.
And the starting pitching allowed 1 earned run, and they got swept.
Well, figure this out. The Yankees are 3 games up in the wild card, and how far back are the Red Sox? And we're going to play 3 head-to-head? This is a problem.
It is. It really could be. So I'm paying close attention to the Mariners and the White Sox. Probably be very upset for next week's show. But the other one I'm watching is the Dodgers at the Astros because I'm really hoping the Dodgers can put a beat down on the Astros this weekend because they deserve it after everything that's happened over the last. Surly Brig, I'm getting there. I'm headed there.
Yeah. I understand.
Headed in that direction so quickly. But anyway, baseball family, thank you so much for joining us. Before we get out of here, let's do Today in Baseball History. Today in baseball history, July 25th, 1930, the Athletics pull off triple steals twice in one game against the Indians. This is the only time in Major League Baseball history that this has ever happened. I would love to see that happen. Just once. I want to see it happen just one time in a game.
Exactly.
Do it.
It would be amazing.
Some team in like September that's already been eliminated, just trying to play spoiler. Triple steal, baby.
Yeah, just get after it.
Dial it up. Let's do it.
Baseball family, we love having you here with us. Thanks for joining us. Even if you're not live with us, that's fine. We still appreciate the watch and the listen. Don't forget, you can like and subscribe. You can rate, review. Any way you can support the show is definitely appreciated. Don't forget, we're also doing a giveaway for a copy of A Baseball Guy Gene. It's a book by Aaron Fishman that we've been pimping hard because we absolutely love it, and it is truly terrific. There's Brad's copy. Go to Instagram, like the post, follow Baseball Together on Instagram, tag 2 friends, and enter for your chance to win the copy of that book, and we'll get it out to you. Baseball family, thank you for everything you do for us. We cannot do it without you. And with that, we're going to get ahead and catch you next week.